Today we are embroidering a custom sweat set with my Brother SE2000. I'm going to start in Canva, and the dimensions for the Brother SE2000 hoop are 5x7. It's inches, so I had to change that, but 5x7, and then I'm going to add text. I wanted my sweatsuit embroidery to say Jackson Hole. I made these for my bachelorette trip, and that's where we're going. And then I changed the font. The font that I used is Sports World, but you can do whatever you want on this. I'm just showing you what I did. And then I hit the effects button in the top bar and curve. That gave it that arch look. And then I made the curve a little less extreme, so I landed on, I think, about 34. And then I rotated this 90 degrees to the left because that's how the embroidery hoop will show it. You can test this out once you print too, but the middle of my design is between the O and the N. That's halfway through how many characters there are. And because I want my embroidery to be larger than one single hoop, I'm splitting this up into two different embroidery sections. Let me delete that, I accidentally put that there. But the first half will be one embroidery with the 5x7 hoop, and then I'm clicking this and duplicating it onto the next round that I will do, and then doing the second half. Then I just want to make sure that they're centered. Canva will just show that little line that shows it centered. And now I'm going to download this, and I'm going to do a PNG, and I pre-click the transparent background. That way it just gives me those letters. And now I'm moving over to my Artspira app for my brother and clicking image to embroidery, the 5x7 hoop. And now I'm going to upload those, click into your camera roll, and then it'll show your first design. You just do one at a time. Scroll down and you'll see number of colors. I'm just doing one. And then you can hit preview. And you can't really tell in this view, but you can kind of preview what the stitches will look like, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to hit done, and then it asks if I want to save it, and I did save mine. I just called it Jaxo because that's what it says. And then once it's saved, you can make sure your embroidery machine is selected there and transfer it to your machine. Now, before we hop over to the machine, I'm going to draw some guides for myself. This will make sure that my design is straight and look the way I want it to. So I'm just taking time to line up my ruler as straight as possible with the shoulder areas and this from side to side on the sweatshirt. And I'm using a water be gone disappearing ink. It's water soluble, so the second it hits water, it disappears. I was shocked how well this worked. And I drew that top line. That's where the top of my Canva 5x7 is going to be. You can put this wherever you want. Mine looks like it's like 4 inches about below the neckline. And then next I'm going to draw the center point of my sweatshirt. And my sweatshirt is 22 inches wide from arm seam to arm seam, so I marked the 11-inch mark. Next, I'm going to take the actual guide that comes with my brother's sewing machine, and I'm using this to draw the rest of my guide. So you can see the purple area in the corner. It'll show you where your machine attaches to the embroidery hoop, and I have the embroidery hoop attaching at the bottom of my sweatshirt so that there's more room for the machine to move around as it embroiders. If you do it in the neckband, it'll be constricted. So that's just a little helpful hint. And now I'm just adding a dot in each one of those little holes that the embroidery guide has, now lining up the rightmost hole with the leftmost hole as I move this guide over to the right, and then adding those dots again. You can see I'm just holding down the pen for a quick second, and now I have little dots as guides. Now, once I have these dots, I'm using my ruler again to draw a line and connect them all. So I drew, I think, 5 dots, I believe. And I'm just taking some time to line them all up. Yep, there are the dots there. And I'm also making sure that top line aligns with my ruler line. If you don't have a ruler like this, it's fine. I just being extra cautious and making sure everything's lined up. And now I'm going to repeat that process for those bottom dots as well, making sure everything is flat as you do this. And then once it looks even, now drawing that line. Now we have those 3 guidelines. I'm going to make the dots that I drew a little bit more visible with some like perpendicular dashes. This will just kind of help me visualize them a little bit more since they're small. And then I printed my design on Canva and cut it out. I added a little plus sign in the middle so that I could see where the center point was. You don't have to do this, but you don't even have to print it. I just wanted to make sure everything was looking right. And I like the way this looks. I ended up overlapping the O and the N area just a little bit so that there wasn't a weird gap. I'd rather it be a little too close than a little too far apart. Now I'm taking my stabilizer, which will just stabilize the embroidery as it goes. I got this roll on Amazon. It's the new thread tearaway machine embroidery stabilizer, and it's 10 inches by a 25-yard roll. And I'm cutting this to a little bit bigger than the size of my hoop. That way it can get caught in the hoop and be tight. And then next I'm going to take my hoop, the part with the metal attachment to the machine with the opening on the bottom so that it can go in just like I'm showing it here, and then putting my stabilizer on top. I'm going to adjust this once I put it inside the 2 layers, but I am putting this in, making sure the stabilizer is still there, and then kind of just taking some time. This honestly took me a long time. I cut out some of, you don't need to watch like 5 minutes of me adjusting my sweatshirt, but this will take a little bit of time. It's a little tedious, but you want to make sure everything is straight. So next I'm taking the top of the hoop, and there's a little marker on the left side. It's hard to see in the video, but that will tell you which way it's supposed to go. The little marker will line up on the top and bottom of the hoop. So I'm putting this on, and now I'm going to use this guide. See, that's where the bottom, the metal attachment part is. So that's how I know that this is the right direction. And then putting this inside. And now I ended up actually putting the center point on just the guide, and then moving around the bottom hoop to kind of make it feel like it is in the right place. I found that easier than having the hoop on first. And now I'm going to put the hoop on and make sure that it still looks pretty good. You can see that it's a little bit crooked. I'm adjusting this now, and I ended up pulling on the sweatshirt. I honestly don't think that's best practice, but it was just a little bit off. And once those lines that you drew line up and all the center points are where it shows in the guide, then you know you are good and everything is straight. And then you can take your little tool and tighten the screw. And then once it's tight enough, I took it out and tightened it some more. I just wanted to make sure it was flat while I tightened the initial part. And then once it's super tight, you know you are good to go. So now I have it ready to move on to my machine. Lift up the presser foot, and you can see the little opening is going to be at the bottom of that metal piece, and then slip it under your presser foot. And I put the fabric through first. You can see it kind of takes a little bit just getting it pushed underneath. Then press the little lever on the left side. It's like a metal piece, and the hoop should click into place. Then you want to make sure all of the extra fabric is out of the way. I did not clip mine, but I do recommend clipping yours back with whatever you have. Then, just a reminder, you should have already transferred your design over to your machine, and that will send it straight to this pocket icon, and then the cloud with the pocket on your machine, and then you can see it right there. And I click that, set. I didn't mess with any settings here since I already have it the way I like it. And you click both of those buttons, and now it will be ready to go. So I'm just making sure everything looks good. Lowering the presser foot, and the button should turn green. Then you want to hold your loop end. You can start doing a few stitches. I hold my string out of the way and just let it go for a little bit. And then from here you can raise your presser foot and your needle, and then trim that loose end as short as possible. That way it won't get caught in your embroidery. I pulled it out to the side, then trimmed that little tail, lowered my presser foot again, and then hit the green button. And now it will just continue to embroider your design. Definitely make sure you clip or hold back all of your extra fabric on the sides so that you don't have any issues there. And then you can see the little green plus sign is showing you where it's embroidering, which is pretty cool. And then when it's done, it'll say finish embroidering, and then you can take the hoop off of the thing with the lever and then lift your presser foot to get it out. I forgot to do that. So doing that here, and then just getting your fabric all pushed under the presser foot. And now, look at that. You have half of it done. How the finished product looks. I put it in these little gift bags and the girls love them.